Hello everyone, welcome to Character Thoughts on. The first episode I'm going to be doing is Thomas, considering he is number 1. I'm going to go through the models that I have, tell you which one is my favorite, which one is my least favorite, and then I'll talk about the character and my thoughts about Thomas in general. First up is Trackmaster 2 Thomas. I need to buy Trackmaster 2 stuff. But this is a Thomas in Talking Percy. Unfortunately, it's Thomas's sound chip in Thomas. That would be absolutely insane if it was a Percy in this Thomas, in a sense. I don't have a problem with Trackmaster 2. I really didn't like them in the beginning, but I don't mind them anymore. Next up is everyone's favorite Ertl. And I don't hate Ertl, but, you know, I quite like them, but I don't want to say that they're my favorite. I can't get it to focus. There we go. So, he's not my favorite one, but, you know, he's pretty awesome. Take and Play Thomas. This is actually a Snow Thomas. Never got into Take and Plays a whole lot when I was little, so that is why I only have this one. I really like this one. I don't know what it is about it, but I very much like it. Next up is the new, or not new, but fairly new Take and Play Thomas. You know, he's I could care less about the smash cab on him. I'm so sorry, this is real blurry. My focus is constantly changing on this phone. So that's what I'll say about him, is that the only thing I don't like about it is the giant magnet. But up next, we have 3. I'm just going to pull all 3 of these up at the same time. Oops. Is the Adventures Thomases. Now, I very much like these, mainly because of the connector, but they're pretty much all the same. This one's just green, and then this one I actually really enjoy because it's a taller cab. And if you just remove that, you'd never know it was a Space Mission Thomas, unless
Thomas to Sodor. Come in, Sodor.
You press the button. So it, to me, reminds me more of this. They look very, very similar, and I very much like that. So this is right now, I think, might be my favorite adventures at the time of making this video, at least, of Thomas. Next up is something that a lot of people don't like. You might already know what this is just by hearing that sound, and this is the Lights and Sounds, I think it was 2002, I'm not going to look right up on the wheels at the moment, Thomas. You just press the button and he only makes 2 sounds. But this, when I was little, was one of my absolute favorite Thomas toys. Of later years. At least I put a decent amount of wear on him. There's so much else to say about it. A lot of people didn't like it because the cab was plastic, but that didn't bother me in the slightest, and when he moved, he would make sounds, and the faster you move him, I hope you can hear it without this little squeak on the table, but the faster he moved, the faster the sound got of his chuffing. Next is another one of my favorites, it's just light up reveal Thomas. Pretty straightforward, just the cab lights up. You know, there's nothing much to it, but the one thing I will complain about is this wheel. It's not doing it now, but it will actually stop rolling, which is kind of weird because I don't know if you could see it there, but if it goes slow enough, the wheel will actually lock up because of I guess one of the mechanics that when the wheel turns, this lights up is too tight. I think if it was a little looser, this would be an amazing thing. Another thing I like about it is the fact that when it moves, because that little gear in here that lights this up clicks, it kind of almost sounds like a chuffing, if you kind of catch my drift. So that is one huge fun thing about that one. Next up is a giant classic. Come on, focus up here, bud. Yeah, I know you can. You were just doing it. Put it back here a little farther then. Is a wood funnel Thomas. Very minor details compared to what we have now. No name on the bottom. Round magnets instead of flat magnets. I don't have a flat magnet Thomas. Very awesome. I like this one. The face is amazing. Next up is one that I did not like when I was little. Is Golden Thomas. Now my cousin actually loved this model, and when I was still young, but I asked him why. He just said it was because of the color, and it was real flashy. But I was not a fan of it, so maybe you guys know people that like this Thomas just because it was so shiny. And then I have a couple of custom Thomases, like this one is Coal Dust Thomas. When you see it in person, it looks a lot better than it does through camera. Because it actually looks like flex instead of just kind of, I don't know, it's weird. It looks a lot better in person. Then obviously, I have yet to finish this one, but I was going to make this into this. Just haven't gotten around to finishing yet, even though I do have the time. And then we get to one that is very special to me, which is my first Thomas. He is beat up. I don't know where I've taken him, but my mom said that I would take him everywhere. The crease is huge on this model. No name on the bottom. Another giant crease here. Yeah, he is well loved and will always be. Next is one that is a no name on the bottom. Looks like a standard old style Thomas, except when you see the face. This thing I actually got from a friend along with the rest of the set that this Thomas came with, and a ton of other stuff for $20, which was an amazing deal. I am very grateful for that. Next up, just another standard Thomas. Nothing special here except the face is different, and he's kind of lopsided a little bit. This one actually has the name on the bottom, though. He's got a little bit of wear. This one I pretty much got this one for free just because it was so beat up. Well, not beat up, but the little kid liked the color on his toys to represent they were his. So this Thomas, yeah, it's really weird because it is a take-along that fits on wood track. Give a take on that if you like that kind of style of stuff. So my favorite Thomas out of all of these that I have is going to be a very I guess I should say, unpopular type of pick. I would actually pick my Lights and Sounds Thomas. It's not because of the well, I guess it does have a little bit of fact of a fond memory, but I just like the look of it. He's got a cool face. He's looking down to the side there. He looks like he's getting into some trouble. I love it. Which brings me to the next topic, and that is how I view Thomas. I like the old style Thomas a lot, or not old style Thomas, but the old character, I should say, because I think it just played a lot better. He was, a little devil, if I can say that. He was always poking fun at Gordon, and just going on, teasing people, or not people, but his friends and trains and rolling stock, things like that. The newer Thomas, he does do that, but something changed in Thomas's overall character that I just cannot find myself to fully enjoy, but I do enjoy it at the same time, just not as much. I would say probably the first and second season up to probably the fifth, I loved Thomas. Obviously, probably at the end of, I forget what season it was, Alec Baldwin ended. I don't really focus on seasons as much. It just it kept changing over time, to me at least. But, that's pretty much my 6 cents on Thomas. you know, the newer stuff, the Trackmaster 2, to me, will never come close to what this is. This model here is by far amazing. That's what I liked about this so much, is it just looks so similar in so many ways. It's just amazing. So now, for your guys' opinions here, what do you think about Thomas? What's one thing that you absolutely loved about him, and one thing that you don't like about him? I think I've said about everything I have to think of. Which ones would you like to see next? Would you like me to go in order? Go for my favorites? Maybe the odd ones out, like D199? Or ones like that from Railway Series that didn't actually make it into Thomas and Friends? Or should I do a one-off character, like Derek, who was only in one episode, maybe two? I can't remember. I think it was only one. Or some just fan favorites, stuff like that. Rolling Stock, maybe. Should I do those? Because I have quite a few of different cars. Maybe like the milk tankers. There's different ones like that. Just let me know what you guys want to see in the next character thoughts on, and I will make sure I get to it. Anyways, I hope you all had a very good day, and I'll see you later.